Walter Scott, the unarmed black man who was murdered by Michael Slager. His mother is saying that she forgives and the attorney is saying that the issue is not about race. On top of that, the family does not want Al Sharpton in the picture. It's as if they think that he will hurt any chances of a conviction.
Yes, that is true. They don't want to prejudice the minds of the jury to not convict Michael Slager.
Really? But how is the mother singing Negro carols and saying that she forgives, then the attorney for the Scott family, Chris Stewart, saying it is not about race help? Meanwhile, the media is already working to demonize the image of the dead victim Walter Scott. Oh, and by the way, the mother of Michael Slager said that her son was just doing his job. So you have one side of people saying that it's not about race and we forgive, while the other side is saying it was Walter's fault. You didn't see what happened off camera and he should not have ran. Meanwhile, a few months back, there was footage which was supposed to be Mike Brown allegedly taking something from the store on camera, but you could not see his face, and there was not a phone call made by the store owner that day of a robbery. Even the police chief of Ferguson said that there was no knowledge of what happened in the store that day that Mike Brown was murdered.
By everything that's gone on in Ferguson, but again has been working very closely with the people there, and they stand with the people of Ferguson for transparency and justice.
Okay, so are you then, you said you haven't actually spoken with the clerk, but can you, as an attorney representing him, can you take us to Saturday, August 9th? Can you give us an idea of what your client, who is seen in that surveillance video being pushed by a man police say is Michael Brown, what his version of events are? What happened before that confrontation seen in the pictures?
Sure. I mean, first of all, my clients have never said that that is Michael Brown in the video. In fact, before that weekend, they had never seen that individual, or Michael Brown, or the individual on the tape in the store. What I can say is that what occurs on the tape, what you see on the tape, did occur in the store. Somebody did come in. Somebody did attempt to steal cigars, just as that individual on the tape can be seen doing. He reached around the counter, tried to grab additional cigars from the clerk. There were words exchanged with the female cashier, and then the store clerk did try to go to the front door to lock the door and to talk to the individual in the video.
Gosh, we apologize for that. So sorry about that. All right, it looks like we've lost that interview.
Bullshit, Mr. Handman.
No one said, "Hey, you don't know what happened off of the camera." Remember, the owner did not report a robbery, neither did Darren Wilson know about the alleged situation. Now back to Scott. One side throwing forgiveness for the murder of their child and their attorney dodging race, while the other side is already condemning the victim, and they are not dodging race. They are using racial stereotypes against this man Walter Scott, just as they used racial stereotypes with Trayvon, Jordan, Renee Shaw, Mike Brown, Oscar Grant, John Crawford. Just a few days ago the momentum was swinging against the officer, but that changed with recent events. Sounds to me like the attorney did not want Al Sharpton down there, so he can ruin the case himself. How did not talking about race help with the other situations I named? How has forgiveness helped with the other situations thus far?
Well, the truth of the matter is, it is not meant to help. Black people still believe that one day white supremacists will then wake up and realize that what they are doing is wrong.
Newsflash, white supremacists know exactly that what they are doing is wrong. But they know that it is a good option because there are no consequences for harming black folks.
That's the point. The Jewish community makes me talk to their issues, so does the gays and other immigrants. Black people are just there existing and rooting for me. And I have done nothing for them, except talk at them and play basketball. These other groups I named would not be talking forgiveness for a person who killed their people. O.J. Simpson didn't even get on the television and say, "Hey, I murdered Nicole Brown," and white folks did not immediately say forgive him then, and they do not say it now.
What these cowardly moves by black folks do is only embolden the white supremacist. They laugh at the murders of black folks while those black folks forgive and sing. It makes the job easier for those of us who choose to practice white supremacy. On top of that, we have hand-picked black mouthpieces speaking our gospel like Charles Barkley, Jesse Lee Peterson, and a list of others who are compromised. Meanwhile, the white supremacists do not forgive at all. So if we have allies from the black precinct, I know I sound like Bill O'Reilly, but if we have folks from the black precinct that are silly enough to help us, then so be it. Every other groups has caught on to use black folks. Since blacks value attention and pats on the head by others more than anything else, we'll buddy up to them, get some laws passed with their help, walk away with the benefits, and give black folks the middle finger at the same damn time. And they keep falling for it over and over again. Then when Isaiah Washington tells them to adapt, meaning to change, they get upset about him telling them to make what is actually a smart move. We use the same playbook and blacks respond the same way. I think the cowardice of blacks has pissed us off so much, which is why now we are like, fuck it, let's not even pretend anymore. They're gonna just pray about it anyway into nothing.
As a journalist, sometimes it amazes me how they are easily misled. The way things are going now, Walter Scott will not get justice. If this is not about race, then maybe attorney Chris Stewart can answer me this: why is there not an equal amount of unarmed white kids being killed by cops while not committing a crime?
Exactly. Black folks better get a code of conduct quick. Every other group has one. Which is why this doesn't happen to other groups as it does with black folks.